Well, one Kutch time. Today is December 1st, 2025, and the Detroit Pistons just beat the Atlanta Hawks 99-98, moved to 17-4 on the NBA season. Pistons crushed out a turnover-heavy back-and-forth game thanks to their complete dominance over the glass. The Pistons had 22 total turnovers, 6 coming from Cade, but they out-rebounded Atlanta 60 to 34. They had 22 offensive rebounds, and 7 players had over 5 plus rebounds on the game. That is insane to control the glass like that, especially with the Hawks being a pretty good team. Especially, they're not a bad rebounding team. Just Pistons completely dominated them the entire night. There was some good tonight. They score under 100, but the defense is great. But Jalen Duren, 21 points, 11 rebounds. It's kind of what you expect out of him now, a 20-point double-double. We ought to say that now, but that's just what the kind of player Jalen Duren is. He led us in points, and he's a great rebounder right now, and it probably is our best rebounder just because of where he is positionally. And he's just a good player. I mean, he's on pace to make an All-Star game this year, which is great for him. This was easily Ron Holland's best game in the entire season. 17 points, 6 rebounds, 2 steals, even made a three-pointer. And Ron has struggled. He struggled in most of November. He came out of the season kind of hot. He was making some threes. He was doing a lot of floor. Then he kind of struggled, kind of took a step back, at least on the offensive end. He's always active defensively. But today he really shined. He really was a big part of this win. And just his hustle what got him. It felt like every time the Pistons needed to get the ball or the ball was free, Ron Holland, if he was on the court, was always there trying for it, and a lot of the times was successful in getting it. And it was huge in getting his confidence, and getting him a big reason to get the momentum for him. At 7 points, he's a huge individual momentum guy. If he starts scoring, he's going to keep scoring. If he's getting them on drives, he's going to keep driving. Getting on shot attempts like jumpers, he's going to keep trying jumpers. And is when he gets that drive going, he's pretty unstoppable. He's a one-man wrecking crew, and he showed it today. Cade Cunningham, 18 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists, 5 steals, 3 blocks. I almost had a 5-by-5 game if you take the blocks away, put in turnovers. Kind of does have a 5-by-5, but that's not a real thing. But it's a good overall game from Cade. He did miss some shots. He was struggling shooting from the field, but in the end, he's always clutch. He had at the very end, the Pistons were up 2, and the Hawks were trying to foul him for like 5 seconds straight. He was going up the whole court. He had them on skates. Somehow gets in the paint, gets a nice like jelly roll fam esque layup, and to put the Pistons up 4, and that was enough to close up the game. And it was basically the dagger to put it too far ahead for the Hawks to come back. And then Karis LeVert was the biggest part, second biggest part of the bench because Ron Holland was also the bench. But 14 points, and the only guy who could really make a three-pointer. He was 3 for 4 from 3, and we'll get into that next. But it was good. He's really shown his offensive role, especially now with Duncan Robinson. Now he needs to step up in that shooter role because Duncan Robinson is the best three-point shooter we have in this team, and there's no doubt about it. There was obviously a bad tonight. 5 for 26 from 3, and I know, like I said, Duncan Robinson was out tonight, but that is still absolutely abysmal, and there's no way a team that wants to be a contender can shoot like that. Danish Jenkins got the start tonight, and he's had a very good season, easily his best in his entire career. It's only his second season. It was just a two-way player. It still is a two-way player. But he was 0 for 8 tonight. And I've been a big advocate for Danish Jenkins playing a lot more roles, playing heavier on ball. But he just can't have a night like today. And a lot of it was he was shooting shots and forcing shots that he shouldn't. And that's a concern. That's more concerning than him just missing shots. Cade was 0 for 4 again. Couldn't get that jumper going. Jaden Ivey was 0 for 2. He had a really bad night. Tobias Harris was 1 for 5. He missed his first 8 field goals. Again, that's terrible for a starter, especially someone like Tobias Harris, which you hope to be a more consistent piece. Maybe not the highest ceiling, but just a low floor. And he has proved that when he's healthy. He did struggle an injury to start the season, but since coming back, he's been a consistent piece for us. But tonight just started off really rough. Jaden Ivey, he's struggled. There's no way else to put it. He's really struggled coming back into his lineup and getting into the groove. He was 0 for 4 tonight, and all of the shot attempts came in the first half. He didn't attempt a single shot in the second half. And he only played a little bit less than 15 minutes of the whole game. And with Duncan Robinson out, you kind of expect him to have a bigger role, but he just couldn't get it going, and he couldn't be trusted to close such a close game against the Hawks. Um, I think the only stat he had was one assist. And it's just not good, and he's really struggled, and it's hurting the confidence. And I know a lot of Pistons fans, or some part of the Pistons fandom, will call for his head eventually and want him to get traded. And honestly, if there's any guy of the young core to be traded, I think it would be Ivy. But I also think Ivy probably has the least amount of value of all the players. Um, Now, this is something I am very happy to happen. It looks like JB Bickerstaff is done with the 12-man lineup experiment, which I thought was extremely stupid. Um, I understood it. We won the first game we did it, and then we lost two in a row with it. And I was like, all right, after that point, after the first loss, it's done. You shouldn't run that again. The 12-man lineup in today's league is stupid and doesn't work for a good reason. Um, and it just got Duncan Robinson was out, yes, so that should make it an 11-man lineup because Duncan Robinson was one of those guys. But Paul Reed didn't play. A lot of times, when that would happen, there'd be a player outside of the would then be the 12th man. He doesn't play tonight. Javonte Green only plays 5 minutes. So it was a 10-man rotation tonight. Yes, Duncan Robinson, who has been a starter for us, was out, but still, at that point, you expect 11-man, and didn't even get that. So I'm glad if this sticks, even with Duncan Robinson back, if we stick to a 10-man, that's what we should be running. That is what most good teams in the league run is a 9 to a 10-man, not an 11 to a 12-man. It's just when you play so many guys, it's hard to get guys in grooves. It's hard to keep your best players on the court at all time. You're promising guys minutes that yes, they do deserve and they have proven it, but some guys just deserve it more. And at the end of the day, you're going to have to make cuts on lineups. And hopefully, this is a sign that JB Bickerstaff has done that and is ready to do that when the lineup is fully healthy with Duncan Robinson back. And that Paul Reed should really only play if it's foul trouble or injury to Jalen Duren or Isaiah Stewart. Chaz Lanier should only really be playing when like 3 players are hurt. Javonte Green is like a util guy again. Really should only be coming in if foul trouble happens. And with Ivy back, so it's just you have to cut the line up, and it should be a 10-man rotation and not a 12-man. Next game is Wednesday at the Milwaukee Bucks. Did beat the Bucks last time we played them. Hopefully we can do that again, but Pistons have been a little more shakier since that game that was during the streak. So hopefully the Pistons can win that and can grind that out. But it will be a tough game. The Milwaukee Bucks are still fine. Giannis won't be healthy, but Ryan Rollins is still good. And they still have Miles Turner and guys like that. So it will be a tough game, but hopefully the Pistons can win. And yeah, hopefully Cade can have a better shooting night, and Ivy can truly show the Pistons fan that he can play ball for the Detroit Pistons with how good we are. So thank you.